Shenetenti kullahun, you're welcome. Our class إلى حضرتها, it's to prepare couples, give you some tools. قد شهيرتها قد حاويتم بوش خديه جوارا أخون. Guara إلى marriage is bringing two different people, one from Mars and one from Venus, and you're bringing them both to Earth. If we can get along very well, especially when you live together for a long time, there's going to be a World War III. So you need to know how to get along, how to work things out, and how to, not just that, it's how to enjoy this gift that God is giving you. Marriage is a gift from God. It's God is teaching us how to live together in community and love. And if we can't enjoy that, then when we go to heaven, that's all what we have, to live in community with God. And what we have here is what we are entrusted on here. It shows the thing that we will get when we go there. So this class is called Prepare, Enrich. Usually I don't call it class, which is not a class. It's a seminar. It's called Prepare, Enrich. It's for couples who are getting married to prepare for their marriage. قد حضري يعني قجوارا. It's also for couples who are married to enrich their marriage, to make it more rich, more fruitful, more fulfilling. Okay, so I'd like to welcome you here. And Gewargis. My name is Gewargis Sulaiman. I'm a parish of this priest for almost 3 years. In August will be my 3rd year here. I was before that in New York 8 years, 8.5. And then before that I was in Syria for 5 years. And before that I was in Iraq for the remaining of my years. I grew up in Iraq and I went to the seminary in Baghdad, a Syrian church seminary, and I had bachelor and in theology and philosophy. And then when I came to New York, I studied pastoral counseling and I got my master's in pastoral counseling. I've been a priest for 16 years. And I enjoy what I do, and I thank God every day for this gift that He has given me. Congratulations to everyone. And the reason we ask for how you met, it's sometimes we think of coincidence, of friends, but we overlook that sometimes God brings you together, and that's how it works. If you go home and think about how you met, you will see how God is working in your life. And it's a lesson for us to leave God work in our life, not just for one time, but and to appreciate what He does for us, and thank Him for that. So let's move on with this. This is a group session. We talk together, we share information. I am the facilitator of these information, and you guys can share your information with us. Anytime you say anything, it's going to be confidential, and I would appreciate it if you also keep any personal information you hear from someone just for yourself and for your own benefit or education. Nobody is forced to say anything. You're welcome to share your experience or anything that will add value to what we are doing here. But that's up to you. Like I said, it's volunteer. No one has to share anything that they don't want. And when you share something with your that's about you. Learn from today, from now. Learn to consult with each other about everything, especially when you share information about each other, because some of us might have a outgoing personality. They don't mind talking about themselves. Others are more like embarrassed or shy. So this might embarrass them, and I don't want you to go out here and say and start a fight. I want you to go out here and be happy and enjoy what we learn. Why did you say this? I don't like these things. Yeah, so just speak for yourself always. You can talk about yourself, about your thoughts, your ideas, but when it comes to your something that you both share, just consult with each other before you talk. The goal of the group is to learn and to have fun. You meet each other, you learn from each other, especially from me. I'm the expert here. And we create that sense of community because church starts from your home. It doesn't start here. You are partners, in future when you have kids, you will be partners with us in raising these kids as children of God, as members of this church, as someone who's proud of who they are. This is be mostly you. You prepare them and bring them to us. The main reason is, like I said, to learn and to create that sense of community together. So, first topic we talk about today is personality. Personality is something very unique. Each one has a different personality. It's like in the Bible it says that God knit us. Like we are a piece of art of God. Each one of us is unique. So each one of us will have a different personality. So what do you think, guys? They say there's a say that opposite attract. Or there, as another say, it says bird with a feather flock together. La? So what do you think in relationship? What is the most what kind of relationship is better, to have opposite attract personality or same personality?
Like for example,
what? When you're in love, let me tell you something. When you're in love, it's loving and caring and correcting. But after a while, after 10 years, it's going to be manipulating, controlling, and so you need to prepare. You need to prepare yourself from now on how to, So opposite attract, or it depends. There will always be things that are opposite in two personalities, and there's always things that will be, similar. So again, the major things that I wanted to discuss with you here, but every time I'll go back to that point, is we have to know how to communicate our understanding, our feelings, our perceptions of life. That's the main thing. So you need to understand each other's personality first. And then you know that when I do something, it's not manipulating. It's just, this is who I am. And because you guys love each other, that's why you're here, and you want to get married, so that's the foundation of everything. You build everything upon that love. كل من دي بانيتو للدوخبة ومن دوخبة خرطة جرك هاو قبلانة جرك قبليتون خاقادو خينا جرك برميتون قريما خنا شوادي الخمن دي ليل وادو because إيسانة يعني he wants to get even. Yesterday you did this, I'm gonna do this. It's not about that. This is my personality. And sometimes, there will be some characteristic things in each other's personality that we might hate.
That's true.
Not لا إنه that we might dislike, but we might hate with time. But we have, we have to change that. La, sometimes we have to be able to change it, make them change. La, force them to change. La.
Yeah. Not by forcing, it takes time in order to.
So if you find out some characteristic things in your mate and you don't like them or you hate them, what are you gonna do? Can you change them? ما صيتوا شغلة شخصية خناشة يعني You're not supposed to?
You're not even supposed to try, basically. But you let them know that you're concerned of that issue.
So again, communicate how you feel about how that person is.
Yeah, because nothing's going to happen overnight. And especially if somebody feels like they're being forced to do it, it's not going to happen anymore.
If you try to change someone's personality, what happened here, those domino things?
Yeah.
When you hit the first one, every domino falls.
Mm-hmm.
So when you change something that you don't like about someone, that will change automatically other things that you like.
Exactly.
So respect, مختمرة, it's you have to have a respect for each other's personality, each other's dreams, each other's ambition, each other's perception of life. And then you communicate how that makes you feel. If that thing is bothering you, upsetting you, hurting you, or making you uncomfortable, or probably separating you from each other, you gotta tell that. The point of being together in marriage is to grow all together, la grow apart. Sometimes people grow apart and they don't know. Because marriage is a long-term relationship. And if you are drifting away even an inch, in 10 years you'll be apart. If you're if you're flying a plane, let's say from New York to Pennsylvania, no matter, even if you change it a lot, you're going to end up in Pennsylvania and in Philadelphia, let's say. But if you are driving from New York to, let's say, to San Francisco, an inch probably you will end up in San Jose or San Diego, which is all the way down, or maybe in Mexico. That's how relationship is. إن خدش لما سميتم بالة الأوضالة خدش خدشاويتم برخاقة من أوضالة each one will feel that he's in a different world. You don't belong to each other anymore. There is no connection. There is no chemistry. So that's what happened. That's why Itlan Nasha here, they are getting divorced for some very, very stupid reasons. It's not an issue even. You're embarrassed to say that, this is the reason for divorce. But you know what? It's just because these people, that's not the reason what they're mentioning. It's just these people are drifting away every day, every moment, and then after years, they don't feel like there's anything that, connect them. So personality modila داخل برميته personality خناشة. Like when I do something one time, maybe because in sqida, in kchicha, that's not my personality. You say it, تمرت قديو, that, or maybe لا أمرت قديو, لا أمريتو قاوضالة, يقول تخمن توخ تمرت, this is not him, قمودي لا تخ تخمون, قمودي لا تخ همزومة. So, personality modila, إلى خمن دي قد, every time I do it, it's a consistent patterns of thinking and behaving and feeling. Like in خازن خمن دي, شاوقلي تخمن من خابصلة, and then feel certain way, and then do certain things. That's a personality. Okay, so personality, الليلة مختمري خامندي, something that I do once in a while because I was upset, or maybe it's a good thing also I do. I was happy, and then I did it, and then it's surprising sometimes, but that's not a personality. Okay. For couples, there are advantage and disadvantage of being similar and there's always in everything. The point is, again, communicating. You have to understand each other. You have to know who you are. So five major characteristics that I wanted to discuss about is social. Some of us, that this will affect the relationship. Some of us are social. They're outgoing, they want to always be with friends, they have a lot of friends, and maybe they don't have a lot of friends, but they have a lot of people in their life. Nobody is a real friend. And some of us are maybe very shy, very very closed. They want to be home, they don't want to go out. So in the long run this might affect you, because you want to do something and she want to do something, and each one is different, and you have to sometimes compromise. You have to respect each other's or honor each other's personality and dreams and wishes and needs and wants. Okay. Some of us like changes, some of us don't. Some of us like every year, every 2 years to change the car or to change the decoration in the house, or they like change, they like doing things differently. And the other one is so laid back and happy with the things that they are. So when someone is more like liking to take risks, the other one doesn't, it might take a lot of communication to get together. I'm talking, of course, not about small, minor differences. Sometimes there is huge differences. And when you're in love, you don't see these things. When you're in love, you don't see. They always show up when that love fade, that feelings fade, and it will go away one day. And that's not a bad thing necessarily. Organized. Some people are neat and organized, and they like their home clean, and the guy, let's say, comes home and throw the jacket on the table, and and he kicks the shoes like this, and that drives the woman crazy.
I know that.
So, it is again like respecting and honoring and telling each other how you feel about these things. This will bring you closer together. And the other thing is pleasing. Some people why don't you let your mom do this? You should tell her. Some things like that. He can't tell. He wants everybody to be happy. He wants to please everyone. He can't say no to anybody. And these things might drive the other party crazy. And especially when it's big, like you've seen Everybody Loves Raymond, how he can't say no to his mama, and Deborah goes crazy because of that. The other one, the last thing, is emotionally steady. Some people are very, very, like sensitive. Let's say, someone does a small thing, it upsets them. It's they can't sleep, they can't eat, they can't think rationally. So, and there are other people who don't care at all. Like they don't give any brat about any other people. Nah? Yeah. So these are the five major things, the major characteristics that you need to understand each other on. You see where you guys stand, and you will understand why he's doing this or why she's not doing this. It's because this is the personality. And personality, you cannot, if I am a pleasing person, you cannot force me to change, but you got to make me understand how that makes you feel, or how that is affecting you as someone who's really precious in my life, and then I'll think about that, and then I'll try to change it. Of course, some of you might say, what, with your help I want to change this, so let's work on that, especially when it's a big issue.